Ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? Welcome back to Pokemon Alpha Sapphire. You know, I like not being not having to have a Pokemon specifically to fly. However, the whole Eon Flute Mega Evolution cutscene thing is a bit long for me. I don't like waiting, so yeah, I'm gonna be switching out a Pokemon to be able to fly soon. It's just for now, we need my Milotic here to clear up the areas which we need Waterfall for. So the first thing here, on Route 114, we have access to a rare candy now. Very nice, very good, always nice to get free levels. And the next one, I've actually already switched out my bike for the Acro bike, because you'll need that for this one, is on Route 119, I believe. I know where it is, I just can't remember the route number for it. And there's not going to be too many battles today. Also, something I forgot to say is if you hold down B and start flying, you'll fly quick. Or if you're already flying and you press B, you'll do like a boost. Anyway, ooh, no, not Fortress City. Back it up. Back it up. There we go. Route 119. Yeah, I was right. Yeah, like I said, you're going to need the Muck bike. No, sorry, the Acro bike for this. And there's a cool couple of things you want to get from here as well. So, definitely worth a doing. Anyway, let's run down here and of course get to the water. I'm not going to risk putting on a Super Repel because I don't want to waste it. I mean, I think actually now we have more than enough Super Repels than what we'll need to finish the game. Maybe not actually. No, probably not. Never mind. But anyway, surfing slower is a great way of, first of all, wasting time, but second of all, not using as many Super Repels. Anyway, shoot up the waterfall here. And I believe there may be hidden items. I may be wrong, but anyway. Over here we have some citrus berries, which are very good. And also some other berries. Look like leper berries. Leper berries. Very nice. Okay. 5 berries there. Very good. Now we can't actually get past because there's an invisible obstacle in the way. And it is, of course, a Kecleon. So we're going to quickly fight the Kecleon. Because it's free experience, you know, we may as well get it. We are still looking to complete the Ho Index, so we may as well do this. Excuse me, still a little bit sick. Ooh, actually, I don't know. I guess what I could do is use Lava Plume, which isn't going to be very effective because of the rain, and then use Earth Power afterwards. Yeah, that did hardly anything, but it did burn him. Okay, good. So it'll turn him into a Fire type. He'll use Ancient Power, which is fine. Yeah, the goal for the rest of this episode is to actually go around and show off and pick up where the rest of the Mega Stones are that we now have available to us thanks to defeating / capturing Primal Kyogre or Groudon. So like I said, it enhances the Hoenn region, and it makes it so that all of these Mega Stones also pop up all over the place, and I do mean all over the place. We're going to be doing a lot of backtracking, but should be able to get it all done in one episode. Alright, on our bike. This is why we need the Acro bike. Pop over here. See if there's a hidden item. No, I don't think there is. That's fine. We have a trainer over there, which we will be fighting. Excuse me, I want to go over here. But over here we have TM62 Acrobatics. It's 55 power. Not that great, but the move the move doubles in power if you are not holding an item. So typically, a lot of people will equip like a flying gem to a Pokemon, which increases, it's a one-term item effect, which increases the move of a flying type move by 30%. So it basically increases, because it gets used up the turn it's used, it increases acrobatics by 30% and then it doubles it. Or it might be the other way around, it might double acrobatics and then increase it by 30% thanks to a flying gem. It's probably more likely to be that. So 55 doubles up to 110 because you're not holding an item anymore, and then the flying gem's power increases it up to like I think 142 or something like that, which is pretty good. More likely 143. Alright, so we have one trainer there with 2 Coughings, very easy to take down. If we go right here, it'll actually take us back to Fortress City, something which we don't want to do just yet, so we'll pop along over here. And there are a couple of secret bases here if you so wish to take them up. Nice jump, so you can do that with do that kind of stuff on a bike too. Yes, you can. And down here we have a rare candy, and that's it. That's all of the items you can now get thanks to having Waterfall. Or is it? Hang on. Okay, what I'm going to do I'm going to go to Fortress City anyway, because I want to switch my Pokemon over, and I will be right back. No, I double checked it, and I am stupid. It's fine. I didn't miss anything. I thought there was a route where I missed a waterfall, but there wasn't. Anyway, we are going to start our Mega Stone collection hunt by one which I actually missed out last time. This one is available from the very start, and I can't believe I missed it. It's not exactly in the open, but it's like right in your face. So you can get this from the start, not right now. So if you're sort of watching and not playing, if you start playing, you can go get this as soon as you get to this route. But if we go down here, and technically into Verdanturf Town, we have Morwalite, or Morwalite. Mega Morwal is an absolute beast. It might be slow, but oh boy does it make up in its other stats. Bulky defenses and attack stat of 105, which is doubled by its ability. Its typing means it only resists, its typing means it does resist 9 types, including a quad resistance to bug, immunity to poison and dragon, and is only weak to fire and ground. If you want to use this on your team, I don't blame you, a lot of people do, but be careful of strong fire or ground type sweepers, and if you see a Morwal on your opponent's team, it will likely Mega Evolve, so make sure you can pack a strong fiery punch. Right, now, next, onto the Pokemon which we can technically now only get, or the Mega Evolutions we can only now get thanks to the Primal Kyogre / Groudon event. So, if we fly over here to the Berry Garden, we will have a little bit of walking to do, so I'm actually going to equip my bike here. Again, this Mega Stone is only available after you defeat the Primal Pokemon. And at the back of the Berry Garden here, we have a Abomasnow. Used to evolve Abomasnow into Mega Abomasnow. I always call it Abomasnow, I don't know why. I'm somewhat split on this Pokemon. It has potential, but its typing is so susceptible to being taken advantage of due to its 4 times weakness to fire. It's also weak to 6 other types that are fairly common, while only resisting 4 types on top of being really slow. However, Snow Warning does mean that Blizzard will always hit 100% of the time in Hail, and it's got some decent stats to be a strong mixed attacker with reasonable bulk, just as long as you don't face any fire type Pokemon. Alright, jumping on our Altaria again, and there's a reason why I have an Altaria with me. That's because you will need it to get this Mega Stone. We go to Lily Cove City here, and again, I think, yeah, this is one you can get as soon as you get to Lily Cove City. But I just never did pick it up. I think I was just saving it for here. Talk to this guy here. This is where fans of the Contest Spectacular Trainers hold a passionate discussion every day. To commemorate our first meeting, how about a contest quiz? What Pokemon does Lycia, the contest idol, always have with her? Try and show me. So if you show this guy an Altaria, I expected nothing less from you. Your Altaria looks pretty amazing too, doesn't it? You can make it, can't you? He'll give us Altaria Knight. Obviously used a Mega Evolve Altaria into Mega Altaria. And I love this Pokemon. Again, great typing. Its Fairy type makes it immune to Dragon types, meaning it's only weak to Ice, Steel, and Fairy, while resisting 7 types. It's a little slow, but with access to Dragon Dance and Cotton Guard, this thing can go the distance. Oh, and Pixelate for an ability, turning any normal type into a Fairy type, so you get Stab and a 30% damage increase on top of that. Giga Impact alone will tear up the competition as long as you don't mind recharging the next turn. Yeah, hang in there. Alright, next up, we're actually going to be heading back to Route 114, which I believe was here. Yes, it was. And this chappie, again, only pops up after you have defeated or captured Mega Groudon / Kyogre. Okay, and he is right next to you, which is very handy. Let's talk to him. Welcome, welcome. What do you do? As you can see, I sell stones. I sell rare stones that I collect by myself on this riverside. What stone would you like to buy today? So he has some here, like loneliness, emotionless, and tears, which aren't really anything. I see you appreciate the value of this hard stone. How very discerning you are. The shape, the color, the texture of this stone. Do you feel an aura of emptiness and distance, as though all emotions have been drained away? Especially for you, I'll sell the stone for 80,000. No, you don't want to get these. There are 2, however, technically 3 that he sells, but he will only have 2 available to you. The first is the Withered Tree. Well, for beginners, this may suffice. Its texture is suggestive of a withered tree that stands alone. That's not too bad, wouldn't you say? Sailstone for 1,500, so these are very cheap. If you buy it, it will be Sceptolite, used to obviously evolve Sceptile into Mega Sceptile. The only grass dragon type ever to exist, actually, although it's not exactly a good thing. Sure, you get quad resistances to water and grass and a regular resistance to ground, and actually an immunity to electricity thanks to its ability, but that's it. And you become 4 times weak to ice, a fairly common type running competitive to counter Pokemon like Salamence and Flygon. This thing is crazy fast though, and has great special attack too to boot, so don't discount it straight away because it can certainly sweep. Just be expected to run the same moves as pretty much any other Mega Sceptile, thanks to its poor choice of special moves. Unless you want to go with a Swords Dance moveset and try and get physical, if you want to risk the setup turn of actually using Swords Dance. Thank you very much, Quality Stones build a life of quality. And if we talk to him again, guess what? Get the Ebb Tide. Well, for beginners, this may suffice. It's blah blah blah, Tide has gone out. I'll sell a stone for 1,500. And again, this is Swampert. So Mega Swampert, the tank gets even tankier indeed. Actually, only by a little bit. Its stat increases are actually pretty balanced, with the majority going into its giant fists for attack. Swift Swim makes it a fantastic physical sweep in the rain as long as you avoid the ever-looming quad weakness to grass. Even so, with Ice Punch to back it up, you can even take on some grass types as long as you outspeed them. Also, if you started off with Trico or Mudkip, this guy here will sell you the Blazikenite, which we picked up from Steven. So basically, he's the guy that has the two Mega Stones that you didn't get from Steven for the Hoenn starters. I forget what it's called, just don't get emotionless, tired, or whatever the other one was. Anyway, here we're going to go into Fiery Path, and we are actually going to pop on a Repel for this one, I think, because I don't want to run into any wild Pokemon. Alright, off we go. So this one is hidden behind Strength. You will need Strength to get this one. And it's going to take us a while to get there. Well, it's not going to take us a while, it's just we have to push this stinking boulder. I don't know why this boulder couldn't have a hole to slot into like the other boulders do, but never mind, we shall endure. Okay. And then we should have a spot to nip around. No, thank you, very good. Let's go around here and go all the way to the bottom where we found that Firestone many episodes ago. And we will have Mega Charizardite X, or sorry, Charizardite X, used to evolve Charizard into Mega Charizard X, the physical variant of everyone's favourite first generation Fire Dragon. In fact, being part Dragon type, much like Mega Altaria, helps it out tremendously here in terms of resistances and weaknesses. It loses its immunity to ground type moves, but that's a risk you'll have to take. With 130 attack, Tough Claws to boost moves like Dragon Claw, Outrage, Flare Blitz and Fire Punch, and maybe even like Flame Charge, I think it's called. If you want a free speed boost, Mega Charizard X can definitely do some damage. Alright, so now we are actually going to head back to Fortree City. Reason being, I need to swap out for a different Pokemon again, because obviously we just got Charizardite X, so we're going to be getting Charizardite Y next, which we'll go into just after I swap out my Pokemon. Actually, before we go and get that one, there's a Mega Stone you can get right here in Fortree City, albeit I won't be able to actually pick it up today. This one's a little tricky to get. It's not tricky, it's just time consuming. No, I don't want to use another Repel. If we go here into the Secret Base Guild, okay, so let's see those flags. Looks like you haven't made a team for yourself yet. So basically, what you do is you make a team with Orun. I forget exactly what his name is. I'm just going to call him Secret Base Guy. And you need to get 1,000 flags by visiting 1,000 secret bases and picking up the flag in the base. Like I said, it takes a very long time to do and is very time consuming. But if you come back here, Secret Base Guy will reward you with the Platinum status and will reward you with Garchompite to evolve Garchomp into Mega Garchomp. And just like Garchomp, but a little bit slower, but way harder hitting. Sand Force will really bolster the power of its Earthquake, especially with the insane 170 attack stat. But with no way to up its own speed and that quad weakness to ice moves that competitive players always come equipped for, Mega Garchomp can be taken out by the right Pokemon. But if you don't have the right Pokemon, be afraid. This will tear your team a new one. Yeah, it's just a little bit time consuming to get that one, and you have to rely on Street Pass to go across bases. I guess you could technically download bases using QR codes, but that's not something that I'm going to be doing, because I think there's a limit as to how many QR codes you can do or something like that. Basically, there's a limit to how many secret bases you can get. It can still take like months to collect 1,000 flags. Anyway, if we head down here from Route 120 into this cave here, we haven't actually been in here yet. This is the Scorched Slab. And first of all, we're going to be picking up TM11 Sunny Day. Instantly produces harsh sunlight, and I am going to throw on a repel. Okay. Now you don't need it here, but once you go down the stairs here, it is very much advised that you hit up a flash on your party, just so it's easier to see. I will do it for you guys, but you don't need it. This cave is very small and very quick. I will, in fact, be putting on my dowsing machine, just so I can find... Yep, there's an item up here. Full heal, very good. Not very important, but yeah, Scorched Slab, as you can kind of guess, is home to some Fire-type Pokemon. Not some Fire-type Pokemon, but a Fire-type Pokemon. Yes, something that we're going to get into a bit later, but there's also a Mega Stone down here, so I wanted to pick it up. Anyway, if we come down here, we'll have a cutscene. Hiya! Ah, it might be impossible. Wah! Don't scare me like that. You scared the living daylights out of me. Huh. Anyway, by any chance, did you come here to look for that rare Pokemon too? No. Oh, you don't know the rumor? Okay, I'll tell you then. According to my grandfather, this cave has long been rumored to be the place where a rare Fire-type Pokemon lives. The Pokemon has magma-like body and sharp claws. But it's too dark to move forward from here without flash. It's a bit scary. You know, in pitch black place like this, if something falls from the ceiling, you can't tell what it is. Ew! I'm thinking about going back to Lava Ridge and coming back better prepared. So I'm leaving now, but if you go further, please be careful. So yeah, Flannery here gives us a little bit of a backstory to Scorched Slab here. So if we come downstairs... Ooh, actually there's a hidden item over there. Is it over here? No, over here. Oh, yep. Anything decent? A nugget. Okay, you can sell that for a lot of money. That's pretty good. Okay, and then if we go over this way, I believe there's another hidden item up here. I missed it. Is it over here? Oh, it must be around this corner. Yeah, feels like it. Okay, if we were to go north there, we'd actually enter where the super rare Pokemon is, but that's not what we want to do. We want to come down here, and I will not use a repel to my own dismay. I'll probably run into a wild Pokemon now. And we will find Charizardite Y, used to evolve Charizard into Mega Charizard Y. The more special Mega Evolution of Charizard, and the more common as well, mainly due to its ability. Instantly giving you 50% more damage to Fire-type moves and reducing water by 50% is very nice for Mega Charizard Y. It also has the added benefit of instantly recharging Solar Beam, or charging up Solar Beam, I guess, to counter any water types that may be silly enough to try and take you on. You'll definitely want to take advantage of the crazy 159 special attack stat with moves like Air Slash, Fire Blast, Flamethrower, and Blast Burn, but be careful of the quad weakness to rock moves and low physical defense, as it can quickly bring you down. Okay, I need to get out of here and get my flying type Pokemon back, so I will be right back at the next location. In fact, why not let's go to Lava Ridge Town and see Flannery. So over here by the sand bath, I guess you would call it, is Houndoomite. Houndoomite? That's a bit weird. Used with Mega Evolve Houndoom. I would say this is one of the more balanced Mega Evolutions. All of its stats are really well rounded about it being a fantastic special sweeper, especially in the sunlight, as long as you don't mind the HP loss every turn. It's almost like a free life orb of such. It's not one of the best Mega Pokemon, but it can definitely hold its own and gives people a reason to use Houndoom, in my opinion. Alright, so, in fact, if we just walk out of Laveridge Town? Yeah. And go into the Jagged Pass here, this is actually a Pokemon which you'll need the Acrobike for. I guess you could go north and go from the... Actually, I'm going to use a Repel. I don't trust myself. I'm going to use a Repel just to make sure I don't run into any wild Pokemon. Yeah, you can actually grab this from the top, but it's much easier to go from the bottom or from Laveridge Town, and you will find Tyranitarite. Use to Mega Evolve Tyranitar. Now, Mega Tyranitar is slow, but it can hit like a truck, and with an extra 50% special defense too, thanks to its ability summoning a Sandstorm, it's very defensively capable. If you ignore the fact that it's 4 times weak to the very common fighting type. But it's fearsome with Crunch, Rock Slide, Stone Edge and Earthquake. You know, add those moves to the mix too, and you will have a very hard-hitting Mega Pokemon. Right. Finally... A Mega... Well, I say finally, but we've got like 3 more? 3 more. A stone which I really tried to avoid last time, and I managed it, so I'm quite proud of that. If we go back to Little Root Town here, we will have quite an important one, I think. In this corner here by the laboratory, we have Mewtwo X, used to Mega Evolve Mewtwo into Mega Mewtwo X. With 130 speed and a crazy 190 attack stat, need I say any more? Of course, legendary Pokemon are banned from competitive and official tournaments, but yeah, this is a physical sweeper through and through. It's also part fighting type now, which coupled with its physical attack this high is crazy. If you're going up against other legendaries or Ubers, Low Kick is a great move for dealing out massive damage to heavy legends. Zen Headbutt is your go-to Psychic Stab, and you've got choices like Ice Punch and Rock Slide to take out those dragons that might oppose you. But yeah, all in all, this is a pretty crazy Mega Evolution. Okay, now we're going to go off and get the penultimate one, which is probably one of my favorites. We actually want to go to the north of Route 104, not the south. Okay, fly there, just because it's going to be a bit easier this way. You will need Cut in order to get this one, because we're going to be going into Petalburg Woods. And hope that my Repel holds up. Yeah, I don't know if there was a better way of me doing this, but... it'll be fine. It's a fairly quick one to grab, as long as, like I said, you remember to bring a Pokemon that can learn Cut. Again, doing the Hoendex, I've got lots of Pokemon in my party that I don't actually need. I'm just trying to level up and evolve, so cut through there, run through the grass. You can go north if you really want to, but here we will have Scissorite, used to Mega Evolve Scissor into Mega Scissor, with a, excuse me, my throat there. One of my favourite Pokemon of all time. I was so psyched when Scizor got a Mega Evolution. Not only that, but Technician is one of my favourite abilities too. It's got great bulk, and being a Steel type is great defensively, but watch out for that quad weakness to Fire. 150 attack is also very nice, and with Technician boosting the priority move Bullet Punch, it also makes Bug Bite stronger with X-Scissor, with the added bonus of removing the opponent's berry, and access to Swords Dance too, which by the way is a great move to use on the turn that you Mega Evolve. It can do serious damage to a lot of Pokemon. Again, it's not exactly fast, which is why Bullet Punch helps, and is fairly predictable, and that Fire weakness is very exploitable indeed. Okay, so now, finally, the best way to get this Mega Stone is actually to fly to Route 118 rather than flying to Route 119, because as we've seen, when we fly to Route 119 we land in the north of the route, and I don't know if you remember, but it took us like 3 or 4 episodes to cover the whole of Route 119, so it's much easier to go through the south here. The repellence effect wore off. I will put another one on, just because we're going to have to walk through some grass, and we're going to be picking up our final Mega Stone for today, and all of the ones that we have available to us will be picked up, and this is Venusaurite. Another tanky Mega Evolution. Mega Venusaur is one you won't see very often, and for good reason too. It's very much a one-trick pony. You can pretty much guarantee that they'll all have Giga Drain, Sludge Bomb, and Synthesis at least. It's got a good amount of resistances, but its weaknesses are far too common. Alright, and with that all said and done, it's time to end this episode. There's been a lot of information, a lot of Megastones we picked up, but it's time to head to Morville City to start a side quest, which we can now do thanks to the Primal Pokemon events at Zootopolis. So, thank you all very much for watching. Join me next time when we will be going down here and talking to Watson outside, or in the center of Morville City. Thanks very much for watching, guys, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.